Hello, Year Fives. So this is your first video of the week. It's day one, and you're looking at some mental methods of addition and subtraction. And there's a really key thing that we need to start noticing about numbers to help us to do this today. What do you notice about these two numbers? So here's two sums here: 4,658 plus 198 and 4,658 plus 205. Now the key thing to think about is, what do we notice about 198 and 205? Are they got anything in common? Hopefully, you can see that they are both near to a multiple of 100. All right, in fact, they're both near to the same multiple of 100. And so that means that these sums, we should be able to do them quite quickly in our heads. All right, let's see how. Okay, we can use one calculation to get them done quite fast. We should be able to do 4,658 add 200, and it's shown in the answer there because you shouldn't really need to spend any time working that out, because that is a very simple place value addition. All right, so the answer is 4,858. So if I know that, I can use that to help me work out the other two sums. So you can see here the first one, 4,658 add 198. So I add my 200. I've already done that. I know the answer is 4,858, 4,858. And if I actually only want to add 198, I know that's 2 less than 200. So I'm just going to take 200 away, pop 200 back. And so the answer is 4,856. And the same is true in here. Okay, 4,658 add 205. Again, this one is a sort of place value one, although it's not quite so simple as a place value addition, because your 5 and your 8 go over the tens boundary, don't they? So maybe it's helpful to do this jump first, and you could probably hold that in your head, and then 5 more, 4, 8, 6, 3. All right, and the same is true with subtraction. We can do the same thing, and you can see these two numbers here, 2005 and 1,998, both very close to 2,000. Fantastic. Okay, so they're very close to 2,000. So all we need to be thinking about is, okay, I can start with nice 2,000. Okay, so there's the simple calculation. 4,658 take away 2,000 is 2,658. That's easy. You know that. Taking 2 off 4, very straightforward. So we can see, if I'm doing 2005, I need to take away 5 more. Okay, so you can see here, they've subtracted 5 more. All right, so this is 5 less than this. That's a weird thing for me to say. Let me repeat it. When I take 5 more away, the answer is 5 less. Everyone happy with that? Okay, you've got to really get that in your heads, that we're taking away more, so the answer will be less. But when I take away less, I have to give it back. And we've talked about this in class. If you remember, if I said to you, you owe me 99p and you gave me £1, you'd want a penny back, all right? Because otherwise I'm stealing, all right? So it's the same here. When I take away my 2,000, I have to put 2 back on if I'm taking away 2 less. When I'm taking away less than 2,000, my answer is going to be bigger. Have a look at that again with subtraction. Subtraction is the one that people make mistake most often. Okay, remember, when you take away more, the answer is smaller than you would have had before. When you take away less, the answer is bigger than you would have had before. So that's your task for today. All right, and you're going to have a go. There's loads of exercises. There's loads of questions in the exercises that you can have a crack at. All right, and I think you should probably. I expect you to be able to get through the mild and the hot if you wanted to today. I think it would be good for you just to do lots and lots of practice. It's good to get in a rhythm and make sure you know what you're doing. But before you go, I just want to talk about tomorrow as well, because I don't really want to make a whole other video for tomorrow. You might want to come back to this one. So tomorrow, you're going to be looking at using the equal sign to balance things, all right? And it's important that we start to recognize what the equal sign is. It is not just the end of a sum, all right? That's important for us to start to recognize. Equals, we know, means the same as. It tells us something is the same as something. We've done it with fractions and decimals and percentages, all sorts of different things. So when we look at this beautiful little sign here, we can say that 5 times 2 is the same as 10. And we know that's true because 5 times 2 is 10. All right? But equals does not always just mean is. It means it's the same as. All right? So but we can also express that like this. 5 times 2 equals 9 add 1. They are the same thing. They both mean the same thing, don't they? Okay? So it's important to start in our maths lives now, because they're very big and clever, to begin to use the equal sign slightly differently, all right? Slightly differently, because it's not just the end of the sum. It can also, you can have it either side. Anything can go either side of it, as long as whatever is on this side and whatever is on that side is balanced. It means the same, all right? And we can even have 2 or 3. You know, we could have 5 times 2 equals 9 add 1 equals 10, or equals 100 divided by 10. You know, all sorts of different things we can write. Here's 4 more, one of which is wrong. Excitement. One of them's wrong. I did this a minute ago and 2 of them are wrong, but I've corrected it. So, can you see which one is wrong? I've got 14 minus 3 equals 8 plus 3. I've got 6 times 6 equals 12 times 3. I've got 14 times 2 equals 9 times 3. And I've got 31 plus 9 equals 5 times 8. And one of them is wrong. Can you see it? The key is they have to mean the same thing. All right? This first one here is not wrong, is it? It's 14 minus 3, 11. 8 plus 3, 11. All right? So they mean the same thing. The wrong one is the third one. And the key moment here is actually, instead of the equal sign, we can still put a symbol in there. And we know this symbol because we've used it many, many times. All right? It is this symbol. 14 times 2, 28. 9 times 3, 27. So we can say it's greater than. These greater than, less than symbols go along with the equal sign. They're part of a set. There are a few others that we haven't looked at ever, and we probably won't get to in year 6 either. But they're interesting when they come up later in your maths lives. But these are a sort of set where we're balancing, or if we've got an inequality, we're not balancing, okay? And we can use this symbol to put any sort of information next to each other in maths. And where we can put the equal sign is where they mean the same. Where we put this little inequality, it means they don't mean the same. So tomorrow, I know you're probably watching this on Monday, but Tuesday's lesson is all about balancing the equal sign. So thinking of calculations which will mean the same thing either side of the equal sign. Good luck. If you want to come back and watch this video tomorrow, that's fine. It might be a good idea, but I didn't think it was worth making a whole other one just with one slide. So I thought I'd tag it on the end of day 1. All right, enjoy your maths. See you soon.